Hey there guys, it's Tina and I'm back. And I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe. If you're also back, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me again. But if you're new and maybe you like what you see, please consider subscribing. We have tons of fun here on this channel talking about makeup and all things beauty. And with that being said, today's video is all about my nails. So for those of you who've been following me for a while, you know I wear press-on nails. I've been wearing them consistently since COVID. Just because they're so easy, they're so effortless, they're pretty, and I can switch up my styles without breaking the bank at a nail salon. So I get questions all the time. How do you apply them? How do you prep your nails? How do you keep them on? How do you remove them? How do you keep them from just popping off at random times? And I'm gonna show you how I do my nails and how I apply these daily. And I really don't have an issue getting them off, and I'll mention that during the application. I'm going to show you the removal process, which is really easy for me. I just pop them off in the shower. It's that simple. But I'm going to walk you through how I prep my nails, how I apply the nails, right? So give you some tips and tricks that may help you if you want to try out press-on nails, which I think just about anybody should at this point because they have improved so much. They're not your mother's press-ons, all right? They are beautiful, they're stylish, and they're easy to put on, and they don't look fake. I'm wearing a set right now, a very simple, easy nude set that looks great. So if you want to see how I apply my nails, get some tips and tricks, then let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so here we go. Here are my nails. I already started removing some of my older nails, but we'll do that right now. And it's really simple, if I'm honest with you. I just pop them off. I lift them at the sides, and they pop off that easily after about a week and a half because of the glue. And I only do this after a shower. And sometimes I'll just do it in the shower because it's softened up the glue and they pop off that easily. I know people say that removing these nails are a task and a half. For me, they really aren't. Not with the glue that I use. The glue holds my nails in place for a full week without issue, right? But when it comes time to take them off, to remove them, it's really simple. And it's almost as if the glue itself has a schedule, right? It weakens over time. And once one of my nails start feeling loose or even pops off, then I know it's time to remove them, and the rest will come off just as easily. So again, take a warm shower. Even after washing dishes, if you wash your dishes by hand or do anything that involves soaking your hands in water for an extended period of time, then you remove them because they will pop off just that easily. At least that's my experience. I've heard other people struggle. That's not my life, but yeah, you saw how easily these popped off. All right, now that they popped off, I'm gonna go in and do some simple trimming of my cuticles and of my nails because they've grown out a little bit, and I'm going to also remove some of the excess glue. Get your paper towel so you don't make a mess, right? And I'm simply going to go in and trim my nails. And you can keep your nails longer if you want to, but I have really long nail beds. So based on the nails that I pick out, I don't tend to have a lot of room for extra nail at the tips. So I just trim them down. I don't need them to grow under the nails at all. It's fine. And also depending on the style of nail, you may not have space anyway because you're wearing a short style. The longer the style is, then obviously the longer you can keep your nail under it. But I try to trim my nails, especially at the corners, because that's where you'll see the overhang under the fake nail. And we don't want that, right? Because we want it to look as natural as possible. So I trim especially the edges, so I just cut them at a slant, right? Kind of like that. So the nails will lay seamlessly with my natural nails. Then you want to go in and do any cuticle trimming. Some people avoid this. They just push their cuticles back. I am a cuticle trimmer, so that's what I am going to do. And you want to make sure your cuticles are pushed back because this will allow the nail again to sit flush with your nail and look more natural. So do some cuticle pushing, and by that I mean get a cuticle stick or cuticle tool and push your cuticles back just like that. And that's just going to loosen your cuticle from the nail bed itself. And be very careful when it comes to cuticle trimming. Maybe you want to have a professional do a manicure, because I have been known to cut my cuticle and start bleeding everywhere. And your fingers, oh my God, they bleed so much. So don't necessarily trust yourself. I've been doing this for a long time, and like I said, I still cut myself and end up bleeding, especially on my thumbs for some reason. But I still do it because it is what it is. I use some alcohol and some anti-bleeding spray and I'm on my way, right? I also have this cuticle trimmer that's like a little mini razor that glides against the cuticles. Listen, I get it done any way I can. And I'll link all the tools that I'm using, or at least alternatives. I don't know that I can link the exact ones, but I'll do my best to link some of these so you can pick them up yourself, or you can just go to your local beauty supply store and even your local drugstore like a CVS or a Walgreens. They tend to have cuticle tools. They may not be as sharp, but they're available. They're there. You can pick them up. All right, cuticles done. Next, I'm going to buff my nails, right? To remove the excess glue because there's still glue residue. And you also want to rough up the nail beds of your nails. So if you're doing this for the first time, you still want to go in and buff your nails. You don't want a completely smooth surface on your nails because the nail glue won't have anything to stick to. And that means your nails will lift and fall off really quickly. So make sure you at least buff your nails. And not with the smooth side of the buffer either. You know those 3-sided buffers that have the buff shining smooth? Don't smooth, just buff, okay? And I also buff against my cuticles just to, again, clean up any residue, because you do want the surface to be free of debris. So you want a pretty smooth nail bed, but you don't want it to actually be completely slick, like shiny. You just want it to be free of debris and then have that roughed up surface so you can go in with the nail glue. All right, so what I was avoiding actually happened. So I got a little bit of a nick there. So I'm going to spray my nails with alcohol, which I do anyway, right? This is a step that I would do just to disinfect, make sure my nails are nice and clean and hygienic. I'm going to also wash my hands, but honestly, I recommend not even washing your hands when you're doing this because you want your nails to be completely dry. But I'll show you how to dehydrate your nails. So I'm going to wash my hands and be right back. Okay, hands are nice and clean. I'm going to go in with a little bit of wound gel for that nail because I don't need to be bleeding. So this stops the bleeding and also seals the wound. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on that cuticle. Poor thing, poor baby. You'll be all right. Tough up. But all right, so here's my hands completely washed. I'm gonna go back in with the alcohol just to spray it down again. You could have washed your hands and did this second, but Again, you don't have to wash your hands. In fact, I kind of recommend you don't, because you want your nails to be dehydrated. So now that we have the nails prepped, ready to go, let's dehydrate. This is key, because if there's any moisture at all, that will, one, affect how secure your glue holds to your nails, but also two, it can promote growth of bacteria and mold. You ever see people with the little green spots on their nails? Yeah, you want to avoid that, and the easiest way to do that is to avoid having moisture trapped under the nails when you put them on. So I go in with pure acetone. This is going to dehydrate, dry out your nails. You can also use alcohol, right? Which I just did. So my nails are kind of dry because alcohol will dry your nails out. But I go in with pure acetone, and I just grab some on a cotton ball and go over each of my nails and make sure that they're completely dehydrated. They also have manicure sets that have nail dehydrators in them. I have never used one, but I find pure acetone does the trick, so you don't have to worry too much about going above and beyond. Simple pure acetone will do. All right, now I'm gonna grab the nails that I will be using, which are from Kiss. These are from the Classy line, so they are medium length. So this is what you want to look for: medium, short, or long, or extra long. Some of them can be extra long. And you want to match this up based on what style you're going for. Are you more of a short nail wearer? Then stick to the short ones or the medium ones. If you have long nail beds like I do, then mediums are gonna be your best bet, but I've gotten away with the shorts as well. So inside this kit, you will have your set of nails. This one includes 30 nails and the glue is included. And I love this shape. It's kind of a rounded almond, right? And then look at the fun designs that they have. So we have glitter, we have gems, we have French tips. Like, it's edgy, it's modern, but it's still classy. So inside you'll have the nail glue, right? The 30 nails of different sizes, lengths, and so on. And then you even get a buffer tool that you can use to buff your nails. So if you don't have one, there's one included. And a little cuticle stick. All right, so we have our nails out. You want to go ahead and select the lengths that work best for you, right? And your nails. So that's the first step, is to select your nails. I think that will do. And you want to measure against the full width of your nail, right? So you want to make sure it covers the width of your nail, edge to edge. And that's why I trim the sides of my nails, you see, because there'll always be a little peekaboo moment happening. So I think this one is a good one for my middle finger. And let's choose the other ones. That's too long. That's too wide. And because I've used Kiss nails so often, I can kind of gauge what size will fit my nails. Like, this size will probably fit my thumb, right? Or I'll size up to the next level. And I know the smallest size will fit my pinky. So I'll grab the smallest one, and I know, boom, that fits my pinky. And I'll just go through, again, size up and make sure the width fits. So that's what I'm gonna do now. All right, now it's time to actually apply these nails. All right, my first recommendation is to get the Kiss Power Flex Brush On Nail Glue in the pink packaging. They have other brush on nail glues that you can use. They have one with like vitamin E and blah blah blah. Get the Power Flex, get the pink one. And these are like $5 or $7 depending on where you get them. And I say it's worth the investment, even though it's not that expensive, but still, it's worth the investment over using the glue that's in the packaging. You can use this glue works just fine. But I just find it's easier to use a brush-on glue, and this glue in particular is very strong and easy to remove at the same time. So it's like a win-win, right? So with a brush-on glue, you're going to have a brush applicator, which is so easy when it comes to applying the actual nails. So brush on glue on deck. I have my sizes ready to go. So I'm just gonna start applying the nail glue to the nails themselves. So I will go in and brush the nail glue on the base of the fake nail, right? Brush it on. A thin coat, you don't want to go overboard with it. I'll brush 2 on at a time because that will allow the glue to set just for a few seconds. I don't want it to set too long before I go in and apply it to my nails. So a couple of seconds to set, right? And then I'll go in and brush the glue on my own nails. So you have to do the double secure method, right? So brush a thin layer of glue on your own nail and then grab the fake nail or the press on and push against your cuticle. So you want to push it down to make sure it's going to lay securely and hold that nail in place for a few seconds. Hold it, okay? 10 seconds. You don't have to hold it for that long, but hold it in place to make sure that the glue sets. And you can roll from edge to edge to make sure all the edges lay flat and are secured by that glue. And then if there's any extra glue, go in with an orange stick or that cuticle stick that they gave you and go around the edge of your nail to remove the excess glue. So you'll have your nail like so. Let's do another one so you can see. So we already put the glue down on the thumbnail. Let me go back in with some more because we spent way too much time talking about it. And I'm going to do a second one while we're at it. And now I'll go in with my thumb and paint a thin layer of glue all over my nail, making sure to get on all the edges because that's where the nail will pop up first. Now I'm going to use the nail, tilt it at an angle, line it up with my cuticle, right? And then press it down and hold it in place for quite a few seconds. Don't let go too early. Give the glue some time to really set in place. And again, roll to make sure all the edges are tight and secure. And again, remove any excess glue. All right, I'll just keep going and you can watch the rest of the process. And then once you're done with all the nails, you can go around the tips and smooth out any little defects in the tips because usually there'll be a little rough edge at the tip of the nail. So I usually just smooth that out. But don't do too much filing because that can ruin the design of the nail. All right, let me finish up the other hand. And then the last step for me is to grab some cuticle oil and treat my cuticles just a little bit. You don't want to do this before the nail application, of course, because that's going to cause the glue to lift. Again, you want your nails to be dry as possible, but you still want to treat them after, right? So a little cuticle oil, massage that in. Right? Ooh, treat yourself. And now my nails are pretty and boom, right? That's easy. This process takes about 15 minutes when I'm doing it without filming. I just pop them on again, clean up my nails and go. And I have a new set every week or every week and a half or so. I don't usually go 2 weeks because again, the glue kind of has a lifespan and it will start lifting, especially if you do a lot with your hands. And I wash dishes and I take a lot of warm showers, so my nails will start lifting. But yeah, the glue holds securely for a week and a half with no issues. So there you have it. And that's it. That's how I apply my press-on nails, and I get, again, pretty long wear out of them. I will keep them on for a week because I like to switch it up, but doing this method, I can keep them on for a week and a half to 2 weeks. I don't usually recommend wearing them for longer than 2 weeks, but you can keep them on for a really long time, and just keep your glue handy. If one pops off, buff your nail down, buff off the excess glue, buff that nail or grab a new nail and reapply the glue. It's as simple as that. Now that nail won't necessarily stay on as long anymore. It will be a few days rather than the full week, but you can easily pop it back on. It's not a big deal. And be careful with your hands when you do dishes or you're out the shower. Don't rough up your nails until they're dry, because that's the way I remove them, right? So obviously it's easier for them to pop off after soaking them in any kind of water. So if you go swimming, if you do the dishes, if you have a shower, then they're gonna be a little bit more pliable and easy to pop off. So just let them dry for a bit. Give them an hour or two to settle down before you start rough handling them, all right? And that's it. So if you want to hear more about nails, if you want to see some of the styles that I have, let me know. My recommended brands are Kiss. That's my go-to #1. They have the most variety. They have different lengths, different styles. They have square, they have coffin, they have pointed, they have short, they have long, they have wide. Like, they have such a variety, and they come out with new styles all the time. So I absolutely recommend Kiss #1. But OPI also has some fun styles. With OPI, the nails are a little bit more curved, so they're a little bit tighter on your nails. Be careful with them because they pop off a lot easier than the Kiss ones, which is why I prefer the Kiss. But I also love the OPI styles. And you can get these in any drugstore at Ulta. You can use coupons, get them on sale, get them at a discount. That's the best way to approach it. My nails cost me about $5 to $7. I try to stay under the $10 range, and if I can't, I get them on sale. The fancier the style, the more expensive they are, but I love to switch it up. I love all different styles, so I just love my press-ons. Let me know if you have tried press-ons lately. What are your favorite styles? I know there are other brands out there, but I just stick to Kiss because they have so much variety and the price is right. You know what I mean? They're available at Ulta, which is where I picked them up, but they're also at Walmart and at Walgreens and CVS. All those drugstores, you can pick them up. I will leave some links down below, right? So you can pick them up. And also on the Kiss website, they usually do sales. So you can get 20%, 30%, 40%. I've shopped that way as well because who doesn't love a discount, right? So I will leave those links below. More than likely, they will be affiliate links noted by an asterisk. That means I will get a small sales commission if you make a purchase through my links. It's a great way to show your support for the channel because it gives me a kickback without changing the sale price. So I appreciate you guys using my links. I will also leave links to my Instagram and Twitter where you can follow me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye, guys.